Hello gorgeous people, we are doing an SRT group clearing on the cervix today. So this is obviously for the female contingency on this channel, but if you're a man it's worth watching because at some moment in time you would have been a female in another lifetime. I'm not just talking this lifetime, and also you have your mother's ancestral energy as well. So as well as ancestral energy on your father's side of grandmothers and great grandmothers and so on and so on. So it will still affect you at some level in your cellular DNA if you are carrying anything. We never know what we're carrying, do we? So if you are not watching the video but you have the sound on or the video playing in the background whilst you're doing something else, then set your intention to receive the benefits of this clearing. Otherwise, just know that you are receiving the benefits of it, and make sure you're 100% open to receiving the clearing. Make sure that you test yourself for that and ensure that you are, and we will get stuck in straight away. Right, off we go, clearing the cervix. So what's that running at? Positive 10, negative 60. I think I've done uterus before. I think I've done cervix, uterus before, light status level, but I just felt strongly it needs to be done again. So let's do a clearing. Let's get your teams, your high self teams, to clear this from light status all the way up to radiant love new paradigm level, up to 100 positive and down to 0 negative. You know, sometimes I write out the whole list of things to do. I've got a whole list of things here, and then I get this very strong inspiration. No, we need to do this or we need to do that. So it's there's somebody out there at least that needs this clearing done, even if you don't think that you do. I hope you're all keeping well. So I'm just going to plow on through this as quickly as possible. You don't actually need to listen to these, and you don't actually need to focus or lie down or whatever. So, you know, if you're busy doing something else, then just make sure that you set your intention to receive the benefits of this clearing. If you are listening to this, you don't need to set your intention. You just have to know that you're healing from it. So I'm going to do a video on intention setting soon, because it really is data most of the time. There's unconscious intention and conscious intention. And sometimes it's appropriate to use it, and other times what you're saying to the universe is that I don't already have it. So it's know when to use intention for your benefit. Dr. Hugh Len, who was the founder of Ho'oponopono, said intention was data, and he was absolutely right. I pondered on it and got into it in some detail, and it really is. But there is unconscious intention, which is really important because that feeds into the law of cause and effect, karma. And there is conscious intention, which is telling the universe that you don't already have something, and therefore you're intending to have it, which is coming from lack. However, if you are intending to receive the benefits of this, that's absolutely fine. Because it's not coming from lack as such. Or is it? Or is it? You ponder that one and contemplate that one. Maybe it is. Probably is at some level. We wouldn't be watching this if we weren't coming from lack, I'm guessing. But it is a process. Life is a process. So, you know, we go through these stages, and what was right for us at a certain moment in time is not right for us later on in terms of consciousness. It's like picking up books that you think that doesn't make sense, or I don't agree with that. And then 5 years later, you go back and pick up the same book and you say, yes, I get it now. I get it. It is a process. Right, where are we going first? Chart 5. A little bit of contemplation for you today. Right, anything on the inside? Yeah, we've got discarnates and possession coming up. Okay, how many digits? Single digits. So what am I looking at that? What am I asking how many digits for? Okay, is it discarnates and possession? It is. Let's just clear all discarnates and possession. So I went into automatic mode. Discarnates and possession may be attached to the cervix across all levels of consciousness. Anything else on here? Anything on the outside? Appeasement, that's what it felt like. Appeasement, how many digits? Oh, I don't need any digits. Appeasement, okay, so let's clear all appeasement as a negative motivation. I do so many clearings that I just go into this automatic mode with them. Right, okay, where are we going next? 6A, which is master programs, connected to the cervix, outside left. We've got fear, failure, probably fear of failure. Does it have past life links? It does. Let's just clear all failure and fear of failure from each and every person that's running there in connection with their cervix, or the cervix of their ancestors, or from other lifetimes. Clearing across all time, space and dimension, elevation, sees through its branches, all energy bodies, everything everywhere, all levels of consciousness on chart 3. Pre-programming of the experiential path at Lord of Lords level. This is soul energy programming and programs the soul is unaware of. Do we need to find out what they are? No, let's just clear all those away. If anyone wants me to do a clearing on polycystic ovary syndrome as well, so just let me know in the comments below, and I can put that one on the list. You know, if you have heavy periods or you have problems with your periods or whatever, you know, your menstrual, again, just let me know and I'll do a clearing on the menstrual cycle, PCOS, and anything connected to the ovaries there as well. I'm happy to do that. So just let me know. Or endometriosis. I'll take the ones that are, you know, most common first for the majority of people. But even so, it's worth watching every video because we never know what we're holding on to energetically. Energy forms attached at higher levels. So let's just clear those away in the pre-fall of consciousness. Chart 22, New One Universe. So we're breaking the bonds of the 2,600 pathways, which we've discussed before. Reservations to expanding consciousness once universal God consciousness is attained and the Godhead is all. Let's just clear any blocks away there, any reservations, clearing those away. Breaking those bonds of the 2,600 pathways, which is evolutionary process, usually through the animal kingdom. 2,600 pathways, here they are. These are the pathways of evolution that lead up to human expression. There are 136 major categories involved in the 2,600 paths. One of the categories is animal, which consists of 540 of the total 2,600. All paths are prior to and precede the creation of mankind as a spiritual body / living soul. The paths in total contain everything that is the embryo, divine plan, first draft, 83 waves of expression, and rim of creation. When the first 6 inches below chart 3, that's the consciousness chart, are indicated, it involves the 2,600 pathways. And then below that are the waves of expression, and further below that is the rim of creation. And that information comes from the books called The Freedom Path by Robert E. Detzler, who is founder of this system, and Soul Recreation. I think Soul Recreation is the first one. Robert E. Detzler. So do check out the books. Many of you have bought them. I think is it The Freedom Path? It's incredibly complex. When you go through it, is it that one? I can't remember. But it's full of case studies. It's got some of the original graphs in. Obviously, if you train in it, there's been lots of updates and bits and pieces, but they're still fundamentally the same. So do have a look at them. And it's full of interesting information. So where are we now? Past lives in the New One Universe as well. And this is just a very, very quick clearing. This is a very, very light group clearing. My individual clearing is going into a lot more detail and obviously at greater depth for you as an individual. If you want to purchase a package of 3 clearings and a brain restructuring, which is working on the brain and the spirit working together and clearing what's called negative concrete blocks and statements that are held, downloaded to you in the first 4 years of your life to work through karmically. We get to clear those. So if you want to have individual clearings, then obviously all the links are in the details. And you can actually purchase them through PayPal on 3 installments now, and you would have a contract with PayPal for that. So I would get the money all at once in the normal way, and then you'd have to pay PayPal over 3 installments for that. If you want to do that, up to you. How much you respond to the clearings is really depending on where you are and what we're clearing, and you know, how sensitive you are and everything else. Really, it's very much on an individual thing, but it always works. It's just that it really moves the energy and it shifts the energy around, but sometimes you don't see results until later with it. But some people feel it immediately and notice it immediately, so it really depends. Some clearings I think not much has happened, but my mind feels more peaceful, and other clearings it's like, whoa, I could really feel the difference of that. So it's you know, it does vary. So we're at learning blocks at spirit level, and we've got learning blocks to experiences the process. We've only forgotten source. So let's clear those away. I don't need to go into any depth for a group clearing. So 2,700 lives is the minimum number of lives that a soul can live in a physical body. Of the total souls on all the planets in the one universe, only 40 made it into the minimum time. Those 40 are the master souls of the 40 heart planets and constitute what is called the Heart Committee. And 366,666 lives is the maximum number of lives that a soul can register as having been in a physical body. Actually, no soul incarnates that many times. They pick up the essence of other souls and thus accumulate their knowledge, wisdom, and understanding without going through that many physical incarnations. Total the number is 366,666, and you have a 33, which is the number of spiritual completion, a double trinity. There you go. Every day is a school day. Right, are we ready to go to mop up? So let's go to and do a very quick mop up there. So not too much coming up there, but you know, the bulk of the clearing takes place on the other side of life during the mop up process. And my normal mop up process is all this. It's a whole list of instructions there. We go into it very thoroughly, but you know, the teams on the other side of life, they have about 200 plus charts. So they go through a lot more depth. And that's where most of the clearing is done. But obviously, you know, you have to, especially if you're purchasing a package, you have to see some of what comes up, which is why just why you see what you see. But most of the clearing is done by the other teams, your teams that you work with, your higher self team or high self team, which normally consists of 2 or maybe 3 souls. And then you have other committees as well that work with you. So we're not just talking about guides here, we're talking about specific committees, specific teams that work with this system. Any other business? No, let's have a look. So cervix now is 100 positive, 0 negative. That feels so much better. And in terms of consciousness, a minimum of radiant love, new paradigm. Is the soul happy with the clearing? High self team happy? Will it hold? Are the souls free? Yeah, great. Another one done. So drink lots of water, allow 3 clear days for the old neural pathways to fall away, and then don't do any more than 2 or 3 group SRT clearings in a day, because you need that integration in the physical to take place. See you soon. Bye.